Good morning, my friends, and happy Tuesday. Welcome back to this week's edition of Nourish with Emily Live. And today we're talking all about how healthy eating doesn't have to mean that you never can go out to eat anymore. I know you might get some of those feelings of like, oh man, I can't go out to eat. Or maybe you've bought into a meal plan before and going out to eat is just not on the menu. It's not factored in. You're given 7 days worth of entirely meals at home. But then something comes up and you can't follow that meal plan and you have to go out to eat and you feel like, oh no, what am I doing? What can I choose here? How can I make this realistic and sustainable for me? Well, we are talking about it today because you should and you can go out to eat and still be able to reach your goals. So let us know if you're watching this live with us today or if you're watching us replay down in the comments below. I want to know, where is your favorite restaurant, or what is your favorite restaurant? What type of cuisine is it? What is your favorite thing to get when you go out to eat? Let us know down in the comments below. I went out on Sunday with my fiance's family. We went to this place called The Tailor and the Cook. It is located in Utica, New York, and it is a delicious farm-to-table restaurant. Farm-to-table restaurants, what that means is that the food was grown, let's say, locally or in that area and brought from the farm directly to that restaurant. So it wasn't bought through a middleman. Farm to table means it was from that local area and then brought into the restaurant in order to be able to use. Hey, Amy, thanks for watching with us live today. So with that, a lot of that stuff on the back of the menu, they listed all of the farms that they source their food from, whether it be the dairies that they're getting their cheese from, or where they're getting their meat from, or where they're getting their vegetables from. They were all listed on the back of the menu. It is an absolutely delicious place. I ended up getting buffalo shrimp, which was so good. It was like shrimp that was lightly breaded, tossed in a buffalo sauce over pasta that had a little bit of blue cheese, and then it had like shredded carrots all throughout and like this carrot shredded sauce. It was absolutely delicious. And we're gonna apply how you can go out to eat with confidence and walk away feeling great too, just like how I did this past weekend. So the number one thing that you need to think about before you go out to eat is that we want to make sure that it is not affecting the rest of your day. And that means we are not skipping meals. We are not having breakfast. We are not skipping your snack before you go out to eat. We are focused on keeping a normal routine. When we skip meals, when we skip net snacks, when we skip breakfast, in order for us to save calories, for us to be able to go out to eat later, it's a heck of a lot harder for us to be in the moment with our food and listening to our bodies and being able to stop when we are full and satisfied. So if we are skipping all of these meals and we walk into that restaurant feeling like, oh my God, I am starving. I'm going to eat everything that's on this table in front of me. Give me my entire basket of bread just for me. We're going to that point where we're probably going to end up overeating in that moment rather than listening to our bodies. So if we can stop and say, you know what, I'm treating this like any normal day. I'm going to eat regularly. I'm going to have my normal portion size. I'm going to keep my timing with meals very consistent. So that way, when I get to that meal time, I just feel like it's a regular dinner time. I'm not going in feeling overly hungry is the best way that we can attack some of these meals out. So no skipping meals, no skipping snacks, going in just as your normal day. When you go in there and you're starting to look at the food that's available, I want you to keep in mind that PCC that we talked about last week: protein, carb, and color. When we have those three things there on our plate, it's a lot easier for us to make balanced choices and to get in all of the nutrients that we need to. So if we are looking for, let's say, I'm just going to get a big bowl of pasta, we're probably not going to feel very satisfied very fast from that meal. We're probably going to have to eat a lot more pasta in order for us to feel full from that meal itself. So if we can go in and say, like, I'm going to get the pasta, but I'm going to put the grilled chicken breast on it and I'm going to add broccoli to it, it can be a great way that you're getting that balanced meal where you can actually slow down and feel satisfied without feeling uncomfortably full from whatever you're eating. So slowing down, looking for those meals that hit that PCC. Try to only have one carb on your plate, which I know is very difficult. But thinking of having that balance, usually if there's 2 carbs on the plate, it's probably taking away from either the protein or the color that is there to help you feel satisfied. So if we are saying like, all right, I'm having this, but I'm having the pizza. There's a pizza place here that puts potatoes or pierogies on their pizza. That means we're probably not going to be getting a whole bunch of fruits or vegetables out of it. We're probably not going to be getting a whole bunch of protein out of it. So maybe we opt for the regular pizza and we get a side salad with it too. We get pizza that has chicken on it or steak on it or bacon on it or something like that. So looking for those meals that satisfy those protein, carb, and color that we need, along with only having one of those carbohydrates on our plate, can really help, especially if your goal is weight loss and you still want to be able to maintain going out to eat. So one carbohydrate on your plate, looking for PCC meals. And this last thing that I want to remind you of when you are going out to eat is that restaurant portions are usually 2 to 3 times the serving size of a regular meal. 2 to 3 times the amount of what you would serve yourself at home. So when they bring out that big bowl of spaghetti and meatballs in your side salad, and they have a half a pound of spaghetti there, that doesn't mean that we have to eat and finish whatever is on our plate because it was served to us. We need to remind ourselves and say like, okay, like let me stop at half. If we're assuming that many of those restaurant portion sizes are 2 to 3 times the regular serving amount, let's stop at half and check in with ourselves before we go back and get more. So stopping at half is a really, really important piece for us so that we can stay satisfied, so that we can stay feeling good. So those are the 3 things I want you to keep in mind. We are not skipping meals before we go. Actually, there are 4 things. Not skipping meals or snacks. You want to stay in that regular routine. Number 2, looking for PCC on your plate, protein, carb, and color. That way you can actually feel satisfied with your meals. You can feel that fullness and feeling satisfied and getting all those nutrients that you need. Number 3, making sure that there's only one carb there. It's very easy to go carb overboard. Usually meals out will have an overabundance of carbohydrates, not enough protein or fiber. So that's why that PCC is so important. And number 4, we want to make sure that we are stopping when we feel satisfied versus finishing what's there and in front of us. So if you can check in with yourself, maybe at a third of the way through or half of the way through of whatever that portion or that meal is, it's a great strategy for you to say, like, let me pause and check in with myself before I move on or before I start to feel some sort of way where I feel uncomfortably full and I have to walk out of here holding my stomach. If you enjoyed today's training, let us know down in the comments below. Share this with your friends, share this with your family, share these tips with anybody, invite them to join the Nourish with Emily Facebook group or follow us on social media. This week is also the last week that you can grab our freebie guide, the 8 steps to help you bust stress with nutrition. So if you have been wanting that guide and you have not got it yet, let me know. I can drop the link for it down in the comments below too. That way that you can get on that guide and get that freebie before it goes away at the end of this week. Next week, we're coming out with a brand new freebie. So this week is that last week that you can get the 8 steps to help you bust stress with nutrition. And lastly, we're talking all about the Nourish membership this week. So if you are not part of the Nourish membership, you want to go ahead and get to be a part of that. It's only $29 a month. You get access to our monthly masterclass, our monthly Q&A call only for those that are inside the membership. You get our entire recipe library that has a ton of copycat recipes in there. I was putting together a guide of those yesterday. Awesome copycat recipes inside of there. You're also getting our entire video training library. So we do these free trainings here, but there are so many more that we've done that you have not had access to until you join the one-on-one coaching program or the Nourish membership. And you also get all of our handouts guides too. So handout guides of like how to read your lab report, what are great protein sources, and so much more. So go ahead, join the Nourish membership. I will leave the link for that down in the comments below. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday, and we will see you next week.